Let's talk about Anna Kendrick's directorial debut, Woman of the Hour. The film stars and is directed by Anna Kendrick, and it is about a serial killer who ends up on the dating show game in the 70s. It is based off of a true event. One unfortunate thing I can say about the movie is that while it's a film set in the 70s, a lot of the themes and storytelling motives that are used in this film are very relevant to today's world. While in today's society, it is encouraged for women to speak up about the atrocities that are done to them. Some of the things that are still relevant is that they aren't always taken seriously. They aren't believed. They feel like they're the problem. Things that they deal with just because of the world that we live in is such a male-centric world. And one thing I really appreciate about this film is Anna Kendrick's directorial style. It is a very female-centric view, and it is done incredibly well while being nuanced and not in your face and overly preachy in any sense of the word. It tackles real things in such a subtle way that women deal with that make them feel uncomfortable. And while I was watching this, I felt my skin crawl when some of these guys would graze up against a girl, make comments that were just not, that just didn't sit right with. And the boasted egos, it really does tackle like male fragility and how a male's bruised ego can lead them to do such atrocities. The performances in this film are really good, especially from Anna Kendrick and the rest of the cast. I do think there are a couple standout shots and moments of this film. There's a moment in the game show where Anna Kendrick's character really takes ownership of the game show, and then the very end, I think, really leaves your skin crawling and leaves you sort of in shock of what happened. My only minor gripes with the film are, again, with Anna Kendrick's directing. While I think she is a really good director, especially for a first-time film, she does fall into some of the tropes of an early director where her voice isn't totally like clear, and she does certain visual things and narrative choices that don't always make sense in the moment. I mean, it does pay off towards the end, but it does leave you kind of confused with a lot of time jumping, which does give you a broader scope of the film, but I think it was a little bit ambitious to do for a first-time director. However, this is well worth a watch, especially for the performances, the writing, and Anna Kendrick's directing. It is a very fascinating story. It's based off of true events. It does tackle subject matter that is relevant to today's society, unfortunately, as it may be. It does emphasize how we live in a misogynistic and sort of male-dominated society. And while women are being more empowered to speak up, some of these things still keep popping up. The sexism, the inability to be taken seriously, the sense of like being the reason why these men do the things. It's kind of weird, but it's well worth a watch. It's a good movie. It's on Netflix. Go check it out, guys.